You ever walk down the supplement aisle? It's a lot, right? You've got these bright labels, huge claims, and honestly just a ton of confusion. But what actually works? Okay, let's cut through all that noise. We're going to give you a super clear, science-backed guide, and we're using data straight from the National Institutes of Health to do it.
But hold on. Before we even look at a single supplement, we've got to talk about a huge choice in the world of fitness. It's a decision that basically sets the rules for everything else. Are you going down the natural path or the enhanced one?
In this slide, it lays out the two paths perfectly. On one side, you have natural bodybuilding. Here, progress is all about training, nutrition, and recovery. That's it. It's a health-first, sustainable way to do things. Then, you've got the other side, enhanced bodybuilding. This involves using prohibited substances, things like steroids and growth hormones, to just massively speed up results. So it really boils down to this. Are you trying to perfect what your body can do all on its own? Or are you willing to step into a totally different game to push way past those natural limits?
And for anyone on that natural path, this quote from the World Natural Bodybuilding Federation, it just hits home. Clean sport isn't just about what you don't take. It's about being incredibly smart and intentional about what you do take. And that is exactly what we're about to do. Let's get smart and dive into the science.
All right, to keep things totally unbiased, we're turning to the National Institutes of Health. Based on all their research, we can basically sort supplements into 3 groups. We're starting at the very top with the all-stars. These are the supplements with strong, consistent scientific proof that they actually work.
First up, we've got a real heavyweight, creatine. Seriously, this is one of the most researched performance supplements on the entire planet, and for a very good reason. So how does this stuff work? Well, you can think of creatine as a quick burst fuel source for your muscles. That last super heavy rep in a set or a really powerful sprint? That's where creatine shines. In fact, the NIH points out that it's so consistently effective across so many studies that it's often the benchmark that new supplements are measured against. So what's the magic number? Well, some people do a loading phase of about 20 grams a day for a week, but after that, the research points to a really simple maintenance dose. Just 3 to 5 grams a day is enough to keep your muscles topped off and get all the benefits.
Okay, so if creatine is all about power during the workout, our next all-star, protein, is all about the repair and rebuilding that happens after all the work is done.
Think of it this way. Your workout is the construction project. Well, protein provides the actual bricks and mortar, the essential amino acids that your body needs to build and repair muscle. According to all the data from the NIH, getting enough high-quality protein helps optimize your body's response to training. It's absolutely foundational for any athlete, a real non-negotiable.
Our final all-star is one you probably already had this morning, caffeine. The research here is crystal clear. It's another supplement that consistently gets positive results in performance studies.
How does it work? It actually blocks a chemical in your brain called adenosine, and that's the thing that makes you feel tired. So by blocking it, caffeine kind of tricks your brain into feeling less fatigued, and it lowers your perception of how hard you're working. This can help you push harder for longer, especially in endurance sports.
Okay, so we've covered the proven winners, the sure things. Now we're wading into some murkier water. This is the maybe pile. These are the supplements where the science is pretty mixed and the results are anything but guaranteed. This slide kind of sums up that gray area, so let's take a second here. Take beta-alanine, for example. It's famous for giving you that tingling feeling. Some studies suggest it can help you squeeze out a few more reps, but other major reviews have found the evidence just isn't strong enough to recommend it to everyone. It's a similar story with HMB and BCAAs. You'll find some promising studies, for sure, but the results just aren't consistent across the board. The jury is very much still out on these. And that brings us to our last category. According to the NIH data, these are the supplements you can probably just skip. Yeah, despite all the hype and the fancy marketing, there's very little solid science to back up what they claim to do for your performance. So, the big takeaway here is about saving your money. Let's look at glutamine. It's an important amino acid, no doubt, but studies on healthy athletes show that supplementing with it doesn't really move the needle on performance. And as for things like tribulus and DHEA, which are often sold as testosterone boosters, well, rigorous scientific studies have consistently failed to show that they actually increase strength or muscle mass.
After looking at all this data, it is so easy to get lost in the details of every single supplement. But let's zoom out for a second and bring our focus back to what truly, actually drives progress.
And this slide really shows the real hierarchy of what's important.
Look, the foundation of any fitness goal is consistent training and a solid nutrition plan. That's it. Supplements, even the all-stars we talked about, are exactly that, supplemental. They're the final 5%, not the 95%. They can give you a little edge, sure, but they can never, ever replace hard work and a good diet. At the end of the day, the smartest supplement you can take is knowledge. Understand the science, know your goals, and make informed choices.
We started this whole conversation with a fundamental choice between two philosophies. So, it only seems right to end by turning that question back to you. In your own fitness journey, when you're deciding between what's natural, what's supplemental, and what's enhanced, where do you draw the line?